Hello everyone. Today we'll be going over the following tools in our tutorial video. Revolve in the 3D Model tab. In the Sketch tab, we'll be going over Trim, and also this wonderful tool, Spline, Interpolation, and the Arc. We were going to be drawing several items, and we're going to go fast. The first of which is a bowl. The next one, I'm going to keep you in suspense. I'll tell you, it's way cooler than a bowl. Here we go. Let's get started. Bowl's going to go fast. Watch carefully. I like starting with the bowl because it's nice and simple. Everyone's seen a bowl. Now I want you to imagine a bowl has what's called rotational symmetry. And so basically, if we were to slice this thing, if we're looking from above and we slice the bowl down the middle, we'd kind of see an outline of what's left, and that's what we're going to draw. Except we're only going to draw half that outline because it's going to get spun around an axis. So back to our drawing here. We are going to draw a line for the base of our bowl. I'm going to say it's maybe 2 inches wide, and we're going to come up maybe 1/4 inch. Make sure that that's vertical. Okay, 0.25. Boom. Okay, coming up, and now what I want to do here is I want to make the curvature of my bowl, and you'll see where this is going in just a second. I could use the arc tool. Arc is only an arc of a circle, and it's not necessarily as customizable as this spline interpolation tool. So I'm going to come over here, click on this as an option, and you can really make some groovy shapes. I'm going to come over here, cut, and then I'm going to bring it way up. Oh man, oh that's gorgeous. Look at that bowl. Absolutely amazing. Now notice, how this spline tool works is the more points you draw, the more that it wants to follow and pass through those points. So you start getting these really weird wonky shapes. If you messed up or you click too many times, just press escape. You got to retry, and it kind of goes over each tool when you hover over over the button on the ribbon. So let's come up here. Let's draw that shape one more time. I'm trying making close. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful bowl shape. This is going to be nice. Okay, and press the check mark when you're done and you like what you've got. I'm now going to grab the line tool, and we're going to come and create the thickness of our bowl. That seems like a reasonable thickness to me. Come back, grab the spline tool, and we're actually getting close to being done here with our bowl. It's that fast. Come down. I'm going to try and make it level with this point down here. And reasonable thickness there. Not perfect. I think it looks all right. Okay. And hit the checkbox. We now need the bottom of our bowl to be flat, so I'm going to be coming across to here and come down to complete our object. Press Finish Sketch when you're done. In order for the bowl to actually revolve, you need to make sure that every point and every endpoint meets up. Be very close and pay attention to detail there. Actually, that's all right. So we're going to go ahead and revolve the bowl here. Well, a dialog box pops up. You choose what you want to rotate. In this case, we only have one object to rotate, so you click on the axis you want to rotate. And to create my bowl, I want to spin it around the center of the bowl right here. And voila, we've got this marvelous shape that's created, and you can rotate and inspect and make sure it's up to snuff. Oh wow, that's amazing. Nice job. Round of applause, bravo. Okay. Now notice it could be rotated around other axes. That won't create a bowl shape, but it's fun to kind of play around with these. If you click here, you get this kind of weird horn shape. If you click on axis again and come up to the top, get this kind of strange beanie shape. But to finish our bowl, let's come over and click this one. Fantastic. There you go. So when you're done and you're happy, oh, notice this button here. It doesn't create a solid, necessarily just a surface. So we're not looking for that. We're looking for that solid object, especially when we're dealing with our 3D printer. Boom. There you go. All right. The next object I'm going to draw is a little more complicated, and we're going to go over another tool that I like to use. We're going to be drawing. Drum roll, please. A lamp. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's not too bad. We'll be all right. So this lamp it's going to be a similar process. We're going to slice it down the middle and then imagine what this would look like a silhouette I guess is the word I'm looking for, of what it would be. And you're only going to draw half of that silhouette over on the right side and centered. So let's do that. Oh, one thing I'd like to comment on with the bowl here. If we go back and I edit my sketch, you do not have to choose an axis for a sketch that's on the sketch. That is not a requirement. So if we press Finish Sketch here and then edit our revolution, click on the revolution, press Edit, and choose the axis that's over here, it now spins that object around that axis, but there's nothing here, so it creates a hole in the bottom. So you don't have to choose an axis that is on the figure itself. I wanted to cover that before we get moving any further. So back to our lamp. Let's say the base of our lamp is maybe 3 inches. That seems fair. Okay, we'll do a 3-inch base to our lamp. And let's go ahead and come up here. Taking a look at the shape of that, it would appear it comes up, it's kind of rounded, swoops. We got some little bumps, and then another swoop, it's flat. We're going to work our way up to the top of the lamp very slowly. So if that's 3 inches wide, let's maybe come up 0.75. Press enter. Well, that seems a little tall, doesn't it? Let's change that to half. 0.5, boom, base of our lamp. Now we're looking good, looking great. If you grab the arc tool, it's kind of rounded there. You can come on over, create a flat, kind of rounded arc, and maybe we want to fill it and make that a little rounded as well. That looks pretty. Next I'm going to grab this Spline interpolation tool, one that I used before, and we're going to create kind of a swooping path here through a set of points. So you click, oh yes, this looks nice, very nice. And you know what, let's just say that doesn't look close enough. I'm going to try it one more time. Let's do bam, bam, and bam. Looks like a reasonable width for my lamp post. Beautiful, there it is in all its glory. I'd say the next step for us is to choose a height for our lamp. So we said we're 3 inches wide. I'd say that lamp looks about 20 inches tall to the top of the bulb. Maybe shorter, who knows. 20 inches tall, and so let's go up there. And I'm going to come back down to this in just a minute. We'll zoom to fit. Oh boy, that seems fairly large. Let's change that to a reasonable size. How about 18? Sorry for the cough. Whew! Just deafening you guys. Alright, I'm going to draw up. I'm going to come back and put those bumps in just a minute. I'm going to draw up to where it does that second swoop just below the lampshade. So I'm going to be clicking on this point. You want to make sure all your endpoints meet up here. And I'd say keeping it perfectly vertical, that's a good spot to maybe start our swoop right there. Grabbing the zoom tool, we're going to zoom in, and right there, and let's grab that spline tool again. Arc seems to be a little more, what's the word I'm looking for? Robust, but the spline tool is a little more customizable. Okay, press. That's good. Grab the line tool, come around. I noticed that you cannot fillet a spline, at least that I found. Make sure this is lined up with the line below. Press enter, but you can fillet an arc, which I find kind of interesting. Okay, and we're going to drag up here, and we'll come back down to that in just a minute. How wide is that? That looks freakishly wide. Oh my gosh, that is way too big. Holy cow. Let's let's not do that. Let's fix that real fast. Holy cow. Sorry viewers. Dropping the ball here. Not nearly zoomed in enough. So to delete, we're going to escape, select that stuff, and try that again. Not selecting my... There we go. Try that swoop again. Grabbing my spline tool, wonder if it's Spline. I think that would be a fun name for this. And that looks pretty cool right there. Being a little more conservative with my splines. Coming over and line it up with what's above. Okay, now let's take a look. Hopefully that looks better. Much better, much better. At the top, I want to kind of draw my light bulb. So let's get up here, zoom in up top. Okay, and let's get a little size for reference, have something else in our picture to learn my lesson. Let's say our bulb is, I don't know, about that big. Okay, and so let's come up to just about right below that for the neck of the bulb. We're going to meet with this point. Okay, and I'm going to connect the end of this line somewhere on the bottom there to kind of create that arced shape that bulbs have. Now you'll notice everything's closed here, but I've got these extra lines that I don't necessarily need. This is that tool that, one of the new tools that I was talking about that I think is really helpful. Notice if you've got this kind of extra shape here that you're not looking to use, you can use the trim option, come in and select. You'll notice that it makes that kind of a dotted shape that lets you know what is going to be removed. We've got a much more bulbous shape left over. Remember, we only want to draw that kind of half portion. Okay. The last thing I'm going to put on my lamp are these bumps that we've got going on down here. So let's drag down, and I'll just put one to save some time, or one set. I've got my straight line here, and we're going to do something similar. Excuse me. I'm going to come down maybe an inch and come out and leave this bump using the arc tool, and come up maybe 1/4 of an inch, 1.25, enter, and leave another bump, and try that one more time. Down 0.25, leave another bump, boom, out, and getting to go. Again, so here's what's weird. If you want to try and rotate this lamp piece, if you don't use the trim tool to remove these lines, then you have to select each of these areas using the profile option in the Revolve tool, and that's just a drag. So clip out these spots with trim so that the area of the profile it kind of bleeds in over to these spots. So we've got our nice rounded edge. Let's finish sketch and see what we've got. Okay, that looks like a pretty good lamp, but we are missing our lampshade. Oh no! Let's go into our sketch and grab that lampshade real fast. That's a large bulb. We got like a retro 800 water going in there. Light bulbs are just a conspiracy, man. I'm telling you. Okay. Coming on over. Let's do a horizontal line to create the thickness for our lampshade. And another one at the bottom, just below, so we can see that decorative piece there, at roughly the same width. And I'm going to connect those with a spline option. Coming down, let's make it nice and nice swooping motion down to the next piece. Hit the check mark. Here we go. Game time. Coming down, lining up. And click. Perfect. Done. Now, Revolve time. Click on the profile. Right there. Right there. Notice you have to select both, clicking in both of the areas. You can tell it's successful because it's filling them in with the blue. Select the axis around which you'd like to rotate. That would be the center of our lamp. Bada bing. And press OK. Golly, it's like every hotel room I've ever been in. Look at that thing. Wow, what a beaut, as they say. Top view, you can see we've got this solid view of the bulb coming through. I think this lamp is looking great. Marvel at your good work. Nice job. Nice job. That's it for today. You guys now have a couple more tools. Trim, you've got rotate or revolve, and lastly, the spline tool. So keep your splines in order, and have a fantastic day. Hope you make something awesome with what you've learned. Later.